Welcome back to the America Closer ID channel. The NBA has a myriad of stories, not only fun, humor, but also sadness and bitterness. It is the sequence and ups and downs of the NBA's stories and narratives that makes this league even more interesting and popular with many people. And can't make sense. We will discuss it in this episode entitled, The 8 Ridiculous Moments in NBA History. Before continuing, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the following reviews. We will discuss the first. Comebacks, or in other words, reversing scores that have been left far behind, are commonplace in the NBA. The craziest comeback in NBA history was probably the Bucks in the 1977, 1978 season, where they trailed by 29 points in the fourth quarter, but managed to come back and steal the victory over their rivals. However, Tracy McGrady's comeback is no less crazy and makes no sense. In 2004, the Rockets played the Spurs. 47 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Rockets are 8 points behind the Spurs. If you see this, it seems that it doesn't make sense anymore, and it's better to let the Rockets go rather than get injured. But that's not what Tracy McGrady wanted. McGrady, during his heyday, was said to be the greatest scorer, where he became a scoring champion twice. In fact, many were confused about whether he was better than Kobe or vice versa, and this is what McGrady did. McGrady scored 13 points in 35 seconds. Wow, it seems so absurd, but it's really happening. And the Spurs finally lost. But at least McGrady still plays sportsmanlike like an ordinary player, but at least this player doesn't embarrass himself in front of the audience. Then next, there is even a player who tries to block the opponent using shoes during a match. December 2018. There was a game between Kings and Timberwolves, but this game starts very silly. A few minutes early, player Touch Gibson's shoe came off, and this happened. Then this guy humiliated himself in front of one of the most famous courts in the world, not just once, but twice in one play. Even worse, he is the greatest shooter in history. January 2019, the Golden State Warriors visit the Lakers headquarters. Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. So it's natural that during practice he almost always practiced shooting. And slam dunks are something Curry is not very good at. He can dunk, but not very well. But in this match, he wanted to try to prove that dunking was something he was good at. But instead, this happened. Not just once, but twice Stephen Curry humiliated himself. In front of the Staples Center, one of America's largest sports headquarters. But at least Curry still tried, despite ultimately embarrassing himself. Then next is where this guy was caught playing sneaky. December 2013 was Jason Kidd's first season to coach an NBA team. The Brooklyn Nets, to be precise. Jason Kidd is actually a great coach now. When he was assistant coach of the Lakers, he brought the Lakers to the 2020 championship. And last season, when he coached the Mavericks, he managed to lead the Mavericks to advance to the 2022 Western Region Finals. He even beat the Suns, who were ranked 1. But in his first season, he did something who's pretty smart, but ridiculous. The Lakers match against the Nets. The Nets are 2 points behind and have no more timeouts. So Kidd can't provide a strategy for his players in those last seconds. He also had a cunning idea, where he brought a drinking glass and ordered his players to nudge it. Dan pretended to dirty the field, so that Walsey was forced to give a timeout. But Jason Kidd's words that ordered the players to hit him were clearly recorded on TV. So the NBA decided to fine Kidd $50,000. In the end, Jason Kidd's team still lost. Then next, all the players on a team humiliate their own team. The 2017-2018 season was Rockets' greatest season in decades. The duet of Chris Paul and Harden made them advance to rank 1 in the regular season with a 65-17 win-loss record. Very great. In the playoffs, They made it to the Western Conference Finals, meeting the Warriors, who just won the championship last season with great ease, only losing once during the full series of the 2017 playoffs. But strangely, the Rockets managed to take a 3-2 lead in the series, and it took just one win to advance to the NBA Finals. However, in Game 6, the Rockets lost. But there is still Game 7. The game that should have been crucial turned into an embarrassment to the history of Team Rockets. All Rockets players emit an NBA record where they did not enter 27 consecutive three-point shots. There's even a Twitter post that the probability of a team not making 27 straight three-point shots is only 0.000084%. Not only did the Rockets go home, but they didn't win. Because actually they only have to fight against the Cavaliers, who only have LeBron in the final, which the Rockets can definitely win easily. This is possibly one of the most embarrassing moments in NBA history. 2008 was the year the Big Three Celtics formed, and they immediately advanced to the final to meet the LA Lakers. But in the first game, Pierce managed to get a nomination for the best basketball actor in history. Pierce was badly injured, so he used a wheelchair, but not long after, he returned. Even scored 22 points at the end of the game and brought the Celtics to win. But years later, he was questioned about the injury, and here is the confession. Then next, it's not just NBA games that get bullied, but everyone in America. June 17, 1994, the Rockets met the Knicks in the NBA Game 5 final. The NBA Finals is the moment that all basketball fans have been waiting for. Even more impressive, that year's final ended in 7 games. So it's very exciting and fierce. But in short, in Game 5, even the TV channels have to replace this NBA broadcast with something more terrible. O.J. Simpson is an American football legend, but he was involved in the murder of his ex-wife and girlfriend. But this game runs cool, and there are no ridiculous blunders from the players. And lastly, there was a player who not only blundered, but even lost the NBA championship, and made the greatest basketball player in history angry with him. The 2018 NBA Finals were not a draw, as we know. Warrior met Kef in the finals, and Kef was finally defeated 4-0. But actually in Game 1, they could have stolen one victory at Warrior's cage. LeBron's, who had struggled to score 51 points, was even messed up by his friend J.R. Smith. Even though in the final seconds they could have won without overtime, but this happened. Junior Smith had forgotten about his score and thought Kef was superior, even though it was still the same. And LeBron's was very angry, and Kef lost, then was eliminated in the NBA Finals, and LeBron's moved the team right next season. That's the discussion this time. Thank you for watching.